Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Justin, cool up in that whole host of names. And welcome to another one of my theories. Real quick, I want to cover something super fast. I don't do the news. Unless the news has something to do with theory crafting, there are many other channels that cover the news, and I let them have it. It's just not my business. With that said, today's theory is about the potential portals between Quadratum and the reality that exists within, and possible other realities. A lot of this is based off of my two-sided of Kingdom Hearts, blessed with magic, not blessed with magic, or this could even be going along with the multiple reality type of theory crafting, where it's multifaceted, not just a single aspect of reality. So with that said, this is more about the portals or pathways there likely is going to be. It could potentially have both gummy ship and dive travel. And we're going to get to that here in a moment. This also assumes that Sora can return to his original reality and he's not permanently stuck on this side of reality, on this side of Kingdom Hearts. And that's the big catch to it. That's the big assumption in this theory, is that he can return. And I want to talk about it before. I think we may have traveled to Quadratum before. And this gives a little bit of a credence that you can travel between these worlds more actively than we've been doing. Young Xehanort may have already done it to us before. He pushed us in, and then we return right away because we're trying to get back to our friends. So we assume at that time it is only a video game instead of analyzing what actually happened. Whether or not young Xehanort did this on purpose doesn't matter for this theory. That's a completely different theory altogether. But we could have been pushed into a completely different reality, a completely different world, and not even have noticed it because of the way that we perceive things. The portals and pathways are access where realities can overlap. And the reason I started there with the young Xehanort and Verum Rex is because Verum Rex is a video game. It seems to exist in a data world. It seems to exist on the dark side of Kingdom Hearts. And it seems to exist in the reality where the real reality, Sora's original reality comes from, all at the same time. So the way that you would enter this world, or at least to our knowledge you may enter this world forcefully, is being by pushed into a video game. And then, all of a sudden, you are in the world of Verum Rex. You are in Quadratum. From what I'm theorizing here, these can be any place where both realities are overlapping, or polar opposites. Sora's story may be a video game in Quadratum. Quadratum Verum Rex specifically, is a video game that takes place in Quadratum in Sora's reality. So that's the reason why you can overlap through a video game. Now, I don't think that it's only going to be video games that it can be done. This can apply to movie posters, books, or even other types of video games. And that's something that I really wanted to point out because that's something that's really interesting. Because a lot of this could be simply that easy. And we haven't noticed it because we've been using the gummy ship to travel to different worlds. Now, I mentioned we might be using the gummy ship for travel and doing the dives for some of the worlds. I forget how long ago the video was, but it was probably a few weeks ago. I said that I believe that we're going to have a split of worlds between 4 realities based on fantasy and 4 fantasies based on reality. 4 of those you're probably going to travel to by gummy ship. The other 4, you're probably going to find places around Quadratum where you dive into it. So you get both of those worlds. You dive into the fantasies based on realities, the movies, the books, the video games, the posters, whatever it happens to be. And for the or sorry, fantasy is based on reality. And in reality that's based off of fantasy, like a Final Fantasy world or um, some other hard science one, like let's go Star Wars or an MCU type of universe, we're gonna find that we travel there by gummy ship instead. Now, that leaves a whole bunch up in the air about what's in between each of these worlds, but that's where our basis is. That's where we're starting. I think we're going to dive some. I think we're going to fly some. With that said, I do want to go ahead and say thank you for watching the video. I really do appreciate it if you stuck around through the entire thing. I know it's short. Most of my videos hit about 10 minutes. But in this case, this is a really snappy one. There isn't a lot to this yet, and because we don't know how travel is going to work, it's that big difference there. We don't know, so we assume. And this is kind of a theory, and I hope it turns out to be true. But if you want to do the YouTube thing, the like, the comment, the subscribe, go ahead and do it down below. And I want to say thank you once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and whatever time of day it may be to you. Enjoy to every last one of you.